Thank you for joining us for a special KBRFradio.com video streaming production. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company and your Otter Tail Power Company pregame show. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeouts. Ogden Plumbing and Heating with your game time and temperature. Viking Cafe and Fergus Falls Apothecary with your keys to the game. Olson Oil Card Express and your Olson Oil Card Express postgame show. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Otter Tail County AIS Task Force. Liberty Business Systems. Service Food of Fergus Falls Monument. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Otter Tail Coaches and FM Bank of Fergus Falls.
Hey, welcome back to Legion Field, game 2 of this doubleheader. The Otters lost the first one in a tight one, 4-3. They were threatening late in the game with 2 runners on base in the 7th. And we're back at it here with game 2. This time Carson Froning is going to be on the mound. Logan Larson will play right field and bat first. Carson Froning pitching. Hunter Powers at third base. Brock Sherman catching. Micah Johnson at second. Brant Sherman at first base, Parker Tilke in center, Cam Wiedrich in center, and Isaiah Holmes in left field. And we're set to go. And leading off here for Moorhead is number 4, and that is Riley Dickhouse. He batted in the 3 spot last game. So Riley Dickhouse at the plate. First pitch, swinging strike. Second one, a strike as well. So a good start here by Froning. Here's an 0-2 pitch. That's going to be the outside corner for a ball. Pardon me, it was just missed. It was outside, so count goes to 1-2. And the Otters lost the first one 4-3. We're in game 2 just underway. And that one's in the dirt. So it'll be a 2-2 count here. Karsten works quickly on the mound, came in and pitched the last inning for the Otters, got 2 strikeouts, gave up 1 hit. Then Brock Sherman threw out the runner. There's a drive into center field. Parker Tilke with a good jump on the ball. Goes into the gap and makes the play. That was a well-hit ball, though, by Dickhouse. And that'll bring up number 7. And left fielder Tay Rich. So Rich at the plate here. Had a triple in the last game as well. Where's number 7? There's the line drive. And Logan Larson will come up with it. So Larson flags that one down. And 5 pitches and 2 outs here for the Otters. And Carson Hinch will come in. And he came in to pitch in the 7th inning. We'll see if he pitches here as well. Came in the 6th, pardon me. First pitch in for a strike. Things really cooking here to start this game out. All of a sudden, the Otters are on the field, and we got 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. So a good start here for the Otters in game 2. Earlier today, West Central area beat Ashby in baseball. Game heard on KJ Country with Jason Retzlaff, 5-0. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So the Otters getting after it here early. And Carson Hinch goes down swinging. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning in game 2. 0-0 is our score.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
We're proud to be a part of this community.
And proud to be your dealership.
Minnesota Motor.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
We're back going to the bottom of the first. Our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups brought to you by Nelson Auto Center, Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. Here's the batting order for the Otters. Logan Larson will lead it off and plays right field. Carson Froning batting second. Pitching, Hunter Powers at third base, batting third. In the cleanup spot, catcher Brock Sherman. Fifth hitter, number 6, Micah Johnson playing second base. Then it's Brant Sherman playing first base, pardon me. Parker Tilke in center field, Cam Riedrich playing shortstop, and Isaiah Holmes in left field. That's your Nelson Auto Center starting lineups. Again, in this game as well, we'll name our quality player of the game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics, Olson Oil Card Express. Yeah, our post-game show. And our time and temp right now is 6:28, and it is 66 degrees, brought to you by Ugstead Plumbing and Heating. All right. Not a bad way to spend a Friday night, huh, David? Yeah, David Bishop taking care of our streaming and also assisting me with the engineering of this game. Appreciate that. And I don't know if someone had to go get a different glove or what, but to get this thing going here. First game moved along pretty nicely. 4-3 game and only one error in the game. Good pitching duel. Logan Larson will step in for the Otters. So Larson steps in here in inning number 1. Hutari, the catcher, and pitching here for the Spuds is number 19, Adam Kunza. So Kunza, the pitcher. And the battery again, Carter Hutari doing the catching here in game 2. Here's Logan Larson at the plate for the Otters. Swinging a foul ball up and out of play. 1-1. Oh, man, I heard some tin on that one. My cars are usually old enough I don't have to worry about that anymore. So there was a lot of fans over there looking. And all right, here we go. Here's the 1-1 count. Logan Larson, senior right fielder, inside. Yeah, and everybody's kind of looking back to see whose car got hit. I always hate that. It does happen. 2-1 this count here to Logan Larson. Pitch to Logan, ground ball. To the second baseman, Ashton Schwantz to Craig. And a 4-3 putout retires Logan Larson. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Carson Froning. So Carson Froning will step in here for Fergus Falls. Carson playing first base. And Brant Sherman at first this game. A few lineup changes. Isaiah Holmes in left. And then Hunter Powers at third base. First pitch is in high for a ball to Carson Froning. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be inside. 2-0. Froning wears number 1. Got a good speed. Hunter Powers on deck here for the Otters. And there is the pitch. So 3-1 the count here now to Carson Froning. Hitters count. Pitch outside, and umpire says take your base. So Carson draws a base on balls. He'll head down to first base. Otters weren't very aggressive on the base pads in game 1. We'll see if that changes at all here whatsoever. So Powers steps in. Had a double, RBI double in game 1. So Powers will step in here for Fergus Falls. No score. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch in for a strike. The Otters retired the Spuds 1-2-3 in the first inning. Karsten Froning on first base. Jared Larson, the first base coach. Head coach Shane Tilke at third base. Brock Sherman on deck for the Otters. Here's the pitch. Froning's going. Inside pitch, and he'll take the base. No chance for Otari, the catcher there. Good speed by Karsten. He'll get a stolen base and standing on second base right now. Hunter Powers with a chance to drive and a run here. Pitch, that's outside, 2-1. Gotta love that when you get 2-1 or 3-1 count. You know, he's going to probably be bringing a fastball. Powers a very, very good hitter, leading hitter for the Otters. Pitch outside, 3-1. Adam Kunze, the pitcher. Utari, the catcher. Great night for baseball here. Here comes the pitch, the 3-1 pitch in for a strike. Count is full. 3-2, 1 out. Otters with 1 runner on. Again, no score in the bottom of the first inning. Play another 7 here unless something else happens by 10-run rule. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high, and Powers draws a walk. So 2 walks surrendered here by Adam Kunze. And Brock Sherman will come to the plate for Fergus Falls. Hitting .435 on the season. Doing the catching here for Fergus Falls. Brock wears number 17. Micah Johnson is on deck. Karsten Froning on second. Powers on first. The first pitch to Brock Sherman is a strike, 0-1. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Adam Kunze, the pitcher, wears number 19. Comes to the set. That curveball is outside for a ball. So Kunze got Logan Larson to ground out and then walked Karsten Froning, walked Hunter Powers. Here's Sherman to the 1-1 pitch. That's going to hit him. He just stood there and took it. He got hit last game. He's got hit twice in the first game and once in this game. So there's got to be a record for hit by pitches in a doubleheader. He's a tough kid. He just stood there. He took that one. No, Micah Johnson's going to step in. And here we go. Pinch runner is Jacob Froning. And here's Micah Johnson at the plate. Had an RBI single in the first game. Takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. So 0-1 the count here now to Micah Johnson. Had a really excellent basketball season as well. And there's a strike 2 looking, 0-2 the count. Otters stranded 3 runs in the first inning of game 1 and want to get off to a... They did get 1 run in that inning, but it's nice to capitalize here with bases loaded. There's the pitch 1-2. And I tell you, Hutari does a good job framing pitches. So does Brock Sherman, the Otter catcher. It's really become an art. And there's a ball. Karsten Froning, he was going to try to take home plate, decided not to. You know, if you've played here at Legion Field, that backstop pad is very close. You got to see where the carom is and get a read on it. It's tough to score on a pass ball here. So 2-2 the count to Micah Johnson. Jacob Froning at first. Hunter Powers at second. Carson at third. Here's the pitch to Johnson. Outside through a curveball. Couldn't catch that outside corner. Count goes to 3-2. So 3-2 the count. With one out, bases loaded here for the Otters. Bottom of the first inning. Pitch swung on, missed. It was a foul called strike 3, and Hutari, the catcher, hangs onto it. So Johnson goes down swinging for out number 2. And the first baseman, number 4, Brant Sherman, is going to come to the plate. So Sherman steps in here with bases loaded. Long foul ball that time. So cars are safe. Is that right? Don't want any broken windshields or anything of that nature. Pitch on the outside corner. If you do have something happen, dings and dents do happen, contact the body shop at Minnesota Motor Company. Get all the kinks worked out. 1-1 the count. Oh, and Brant Sherman sends one deep to the fence. 1 run across. Karsten Froning scores. Hunter Powers scores. And here comes Jacob Froning to score a 3-run celebrated double by Brant Sherman. A little cowboy dance out there. I would too. A double and 3 runs come across for the Otters. Carson Froning, Powers, and also Jacob Froning, who ran for Brock Sherman. So 3 RBIs on that double. How about that? And here comes Parker Tilke. There's a strike for the Otters, or a strike against Tilke. Tilke playing center field to Parker Tilke. Tilke's a junior. Pitch swung on and fouled back. 1-1 the count. (3-0) Fergus Falls here in the first inning on that 1 out or double. Swing and a miss. Tilke strikes out. But the Otters do some damage. 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and they leave 1 on base. We head now to the top of the second inning. Otters lead it 3-0. You're listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Whether you're towing, hauling, or just enjoying the open road, we have a truck for you. Half, 3/4, and 1 ton, there's a truck for every job. Stop and visit or shop any of our stores at NelsonAutoCenter.com. Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls and Grand Forks.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Light powers your day. And with LEDs, every time you turn on a light, it's a chance to save. See how Otter Tail Power Company can help you save at otpco.com/LED.
What's the record for?
All right, we're back here. Welcome back to Legion Field. 3-0. The Otters get a double by Brant Sherman. Goes all the way to the fence into left center field. Froning, Carson Froning, Hunter Powers, and Brock Sherman come across to score. And here come the Spuds to bat. Stepping in is number 11, Drake Kunza, a third baseman. There's a pitch in for a ball, 1-1. So Drake Kunza playing third base, and Brock Sherman's going to go out and have a little chat there with Carson Froning. Again, 1-1 is a count. Just making sure they don't have their signals crossed. And so a good first inning for the Otters. That's any timely hitting like that. One of our keys to the game brought to you by the Viking Cafe and Fergus Falls Apothecary. So timely hitting and solid defense. And two of our keys here. That's what it helped the Otters in the first game, but they got the timely hitting they didn't get in the first. There's a 1-1 pitch that's outside. The ball goes to 2-1. Drake Coons at the plate. Pitch in for a strike. 2-2. Oh, struck him out, pardon me. My bad. It was 2 strikes there. So strikeout, 1 out here for the Otters. And that'll bring up number 6, Braden Kwame, the right fielder. So Kwame steps in. And one ball, the first one in the dirt there. So I looked down on my score sheet here for a second and saw nothing but dust here. 1-0 the count. Kwame, left-handed batter, towards second base. And Micah Johnson couldn't quite handle that one. That one was hit hard. And most likely be scored as a hit. So he'll reach first base. And number 23 will step in here for Ben Fredrickson, who pitched last game. Fredrickson will step in first pitch outside for a ball. So Fredrickson, a big right-handed batter. We'll see if the Spuds are going here. 1-0 the count to Fredrickson. Pitch in for a strike. 1-1. So Braden Kwame at first base with a nice lead here. We'll see if Froning takes a look back at him. Runner doesn't go. That ball is outside. 2-1. So again, Brock Sherman threw out a runner in the 7th inning. And he quieted down that base stealing prowess here of the Spuds. Here's Karsten Froning, 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss there by Fredrickson. And the count goes to 2-2. So 2-2 the count. Again, Braden Kwame on first base. Fredrickson at the plate. Infield played pretty straight up here. And a swing and a miss. He goes for that outside pitch as Froning records his 4th strikeout. And they're 2 down here in the top of the 2nd inning. And number 14, Carter Hutari, the catcher, will come into pitch, or come into bat, pardon me. Hutari doing the catching. Carson Froning with 4 strikeouts here. That one is fouled back. Carson has good velocity. And got some movement on that ball. He throws a lot of curveballs. It's more like a slider. Nothing big and sweeping, but it's very effective. 0-1 the count here to Hutari. That one's in the dirt. Good job by Brock Sherman. He really does a good job blocking those pitches that go in the dirt. 1-1 the count. First base is Kwame. He gets a lead. Runners don't go. They hold. There's a pitch outside. 2-1. But reminded this game and the Quality Player of the Game t-shirts are brought to you by Lake Country Graphics. We'll name our Quality Player of the Game in our post-game show, which is brought to you by Olson Oil Card Express. 2-1 the count here to Hutari. 1 runner on, 2 outs here for the Otters. Pitch inside. Count goes to 3-1. Spuds won game 1, 4-3. Otters came knocking, though, late with 2 runners on in the 7th inning. Carson Froning throws over to first. Brant Sherman Snags that one down. 3-1 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch to Hutari. Called strike 3, and that'll do it. Got him looking. That was 3-2, I thought. Oh, 3-2. It was 3-1. That's right. Yep. It was 3-1 on the scoreboard, and the umpire and I had it at 3-2 in our minds for some reason. All right, here we go. Let's do it again. Runner are we going here? 3-2 with 2 outs. And it's fouled back. Good battle at the plate here with Hutari and Karsten Froning. Again, it is a 3-0 Otter lead here. We're in the second inning. Top of the second. That's foul back. Great crowd out here at the ball game, and got a hot dog at the concession stand between games here. What's something like baseball and hot dogs? Apple pie and Chevrolet. You can get those at Minnesota Motor. That's fouled off. Yeah. Good battle at the plate here. Umpire still has a couple of baseballs in his pocket. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner at first, going on every pitch here. And here's Froning to the set. Delivers. There's a foul ball down the right field line. See who wins this battle. Something off speed here, huh? But with 3-2, you want to just go with your knockout punch. Seems that's the curveball here for Karsten. Froning comes to the rest in the set. Delivers. Oh, and that looked like a nice pitch there, but it's a walk. There'll be runners on first and second. So Hutari to first base on a walk. And number 10, Aston Schwantz, the second baseman, will come to bat. 2 outs, runners on first and second. 3-0. Otters lead. We're in the top of the second inning. So Aston Schwantz at the plate. Runners at first and second. Pinch runner for Hutari is Jonah Horan. There's the pitch by Froning. Bunt on the left side. Carson's up with it. Makes the play. And the Otters get it done here. We have no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base as we head now to the bottom of the second inning. Otters with a 3-0 lead. You're listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977.
The biggest walleye. What's the record for the largest goldfish? Wait, what? Never release aquatic animals or plants into our lakes and rivers. Help protect our waters and native species.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
We're proud to be a part of this community.
And proud to be your dealership.
Minnesota Motor.
Olson Oil Cart Express of Fergus Falls is your one-stop shop. Propane tank refills? Check. Diesel for your trucks? Check. Gas, propane exchange, and bulk delivery? Check, check, and check. Olson Oil Cart Express, supporting Otter sports. The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Hey, welcome back to Legion Field. Fergus Falls leads at 3-0. And they come to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. That first inning had a 3 RBI double by Brant Sherman. And the Otters now set to come to the plate is Cam Wiedrich. Wiedrich stepping in here. This is a great crowd here tonight. This is a great atmosphere. Wiedrich steps in. Again, Cam playing shortstop. Made some nice plays in game one. Pitcher is Adam Kunza. First pitch, strike on the outside corner. 3-0 Fergus Falls, bottom of the second inning. There's a second pitch in for a strike. Isaiah Holmes is on deck. Then the Otters head back to the top of the order. Wiedrich at the plate. Pitch in high. Count goes to 1-2. Kunza, the sign from Hutari, comes to the set. There's a foul ball up and out of play. Count remains at 1-2. See when the lights go on after a while. We still got a lot of sunlight, but there's Wiedrich. Pitch. Fouled off his left foot. Count remains 1-2. Otter JV team won the first game 7-0. We're down in game 2, 6-4. I don't know. If we get an update, I'll check stats here on that one. I think Brody Crine is pitching game 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be popped up. Who's going to field it? The pitcher, Adam Kunza, makes the catch. And there's one down here for Fergus Falls. Isaiah Holmes, who pitched the first game, our quality player of the game, steps in. Isaiah playing left field. On deck is Logan Larson, the leadoff hitter. Holmes will step in, right-handed batter. Pitch from Kunza. Ball one. West Central Ag Air is your local Peterson Farms and LG seed supplier and the right choice to defend your crops. Don't forget about West Central Ag Air. Kunza with a pitch there. Holmes fouls that one. Out of play. Count goes to 1-1. Holmes steps in once again. Pitch from Adam Kunza. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Otters winding up the regular season here. It would be nice to finish above 500. They're sitting at 9-9 right now. There's a ball high. 2-2. Identical records here as the Spuds came into the first game 8-9. Now they're 9-9. And most wins here for the Otters regular season since 2012. Here's the pitch by Adam Kunza. Right up the middle. Holmes rips one. And he'll take first base. So Isaiah is on. And Logan Larson, the Otters right fielder, will step in. Larson grounded out to the second baseman in the first inning. It's good to get your leadoff hitter up in the second inning, the bottom of the second. A lot of base runners. We had 7 batters to the plate in the first inning. Holmes with good speed on first base with a nice lead. Kunza going to step back. Larson steps in. And here is the pitch from Adam Kunza. Strike in the outside corner. We'll see what's going on here with Isaiah if they're going to be a little more aggressive now, 3-0. on the base pads with that 3-0 lead. I think at that time you can afford to take some chances. Logan Larson at the plate. Isaiah Holmes at first base. Adam Kunza, there goes Holmes. And he's going to be in easily. The throw was to the right. Good jump and good speed by Isaiah. So he goes down to second base. And just like that, the Otters have a runner in scoring position. That was a strike. So 0-2 the count. Hutari's throw was a bit off to the right side. Pitch from Adam Kunza. He slipped with his plant foot. So Larson with a chance here to drive in a run. Karsten Froning on deck for the Otters. 1-2 the count. Pitch outside. 2-2. So 2-2 again. Froning on deck, and then Hunter Powers after that. We have one out. Isaiah Holmes on second base following that stolen base. Here's the pitch to Larson. That's going to be high. 3-2. Larson, a really good leadoff hitter. Good hitter, but also having a really good eye and getting on base. Had a pair of walks in the first game. And the Otters lost that one by a score of 4-3. Adam Kunza to the set, rest. And the curveball, it looked like Logan wanted to swing and decided a little too late, so he'll go down looking. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Karsten Froning. Karsten Froning walked in the first inning, scored a run, walked and stole the run, and then stole the base, then came out on that RBI double. 3 RBI double by Brant Sherman. There's a ball that's going to go all the way to the backstop, so Holmes is going to take third base. So Holmes to third, and it's 1-0 to Karsten Froning. Midwest Printing is your local partner for quality printing. Visit Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls. 3-0 Otters lead it here. 2 outs now in the bottom of the second inning. Adam Kunza, the pitcher, here for the Spuds. With the delivery, that's going to be outside. 2-0 to Froning. Caleb had a couple of hits in the first game. Steps in, he's a right-hander. There's the pitch inside, 3-0. I see he gets the take sign all the way from Coach Shane Tilke. Put the fist out like this, kind of subtly. Try to make Kunza throw a strike here. There's the pitch, curveball for a strike. 3-1. Now is when you like to be in the batter's box with a 3-1 count. Holmes at third base. 3-0 Fergus Falls. There's the pitch, swung on and missed. 3-2. And there are 2 outs here. Catcher Hutari is going to get a new baseball. Froning will step in here once again. Isaiah Holmes at third base. Here comes the pitch. Froning pokes it out to right field, but it's caught. Kind of stayed back on that curveball. And a nice catch out in right field there by the Spuds. So in the inning, got to do some math here again. No runs, no hits, no errors, and the Otters leave 1 on base. Or pardon me, 1 hit in that inning. We had that hit by Isaiah Holmes. Yeah, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We head to the top of the third inning. Otters lead at 3-0. Listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977.
Hi, I'm Scott DeBrito. I had the privilege of wearing the Otter uniform. Today, I have the privilege of representing FM Bank here in Fergus Falls. Show your Otter pride with our Otter debit card. Stop in and see us or visit our website at mybankfm.com.
What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Business systems can be frustrating. Don't take it out on the printer. Let Liberty Business Systems simplify the chaos. With automated printing services and flexible contracts, you'll never feel frustrated or stuck with your business systems. Liberty Business Systems.
Transparent, flexible, fearless.
Hey, Mark Johnson back with you at Legion Field. Otters lead it 3-0 as we head now to the top of the third inning. Good one here. First game was a good one, too. The Otters just came up short, 4-3. It's really a well-played game. Both teams had 7 hits, only 1 error in the game between the two teams. So the pitcher, Kunze, will step in now for the Spuds. So Kunze steps in here in the top of the third inning. And we're set to go. Karsten Froning pitching a good one here. First pitch is a ball. Pardon me, the first one was a strike. Second one's a ball. 1-1. Only 1 hit for Moorhead here through 2 innings here. Froning delivers. Ground ball, shortstop. Nice play by Cam Wiedrich. Nice job. Played the hop right. A 6-3 putout of Coons. There's 1 down. And stepping in now, number 2, Connor Zimmerman. Did not play in game 1. So Zimmerman in at the swing and a miss. First pitch. Good job by Froning. Gets ahead in the count here again. 0-1. Froning winds and delivers. A little bit low, just maybe the outside corner there and low. Brock Sherman looks over the dugout to get the pitch. Here's Froning. Curveball, strike. 1-1 or 1-2. Zimmerman at the plate. First appearance here in the afternoon, or evening, pardon me. Gets a bat on that one. Foul ball down the right field line. Zimmerman steps in. 1 out here for Fergus Falls. Pitch, that's going to be fouled out. 1-2. Again, we are in the top of the third inning. Otters lead at 3-0 on a double by Brant Sherman. There's a strike called strike 3. Got him looking. There's 2 down. Good pitch there by Froning, Karsten Froning. Again, in the first inning, bases were juiced, and Brant Sherman hit a gapper to left center field. And 3 runs came across to score. Froning working quickly. And this is Tay Rich batting. Wonder, was that Zimmerman? Was he batting for Riley Dickhouse? Yeah. I was just looking here because I had Rich as the second batter. So 1-1. We'll get that sorted out. So here is Rich at the plate, 1-1. It's going to be outside, 2-1. Rich, good speed. He had a triple in the first game. Nice. Caught the outside corner there, 2-2. Two the count. Rich will step back in. And here is the 2-2 pitch from Froning. That's going to be outside, 3-2. Fronting here on the 3-2 pitch. 2 down here for the Otters. Carson Fronting delivers. That's going to be fouled out of play. It's battling off that curveball. See if we see another one here. Here from Karsten Fronting. Karsten winds from the windup. There's the pitch. That's going to be out of play. You know, a number of baseballs, I've said this in a big league game, it's like high hundreds of 200 a game. It's just crazy. My kids have looked up the stats on that. There's a pitch and a strikeout. He got him swinging. Kind of a little bit of a check swing. And a strikeout for Fronting. So 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Otters lead at 3-0. Listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Jay, owner of Fergus Apothecary, downtown Fergus Falls. We like to talk to you out in the open, not through glass, not through a speaker. We treat you as a person, not as an insurance card. So we invite you to come downtown Fergus Falls and speak with us.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
We're proud to be a part of this community.
And proud to be your dealership.
Minnesota Motor.
All right, we're back here. We head down to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Fergus Falls leads it here by a score of 3-0, and Hunter Powers will step in. He scored on Brant Sherman's 3 RBI double in the 1st inning. And so Powers will step in, playing 3rd base this game. And here's Adam Coons, the pitcher for the Spuds. Where's number 19? And Powers, like good lefties do, he slaps it into left field. A base hit for Powers to get things started for the Otters. Good ball player. Brock Sherman, also a good ball player. He'll step in now. He was hit by a pitch. His 3rd hit by pitch today, so he's going to have a few bruises. Well, Sherman will step in. Brock doing the catch in here. Threw out a runner also. Key time in that 1st game. Powers at first. Kunza steps and delivers. Low for a ball. 1-0. Micah Johnson is on deck. No outs here. Otters get their leadoff man. Hunter Powers aboard. Brock Sherman at the plate. Here's Adam Coons' right-handed delivery. Right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Sherman delivers a base hit just like you draw it up right up the box, so to speak. Powers to second. Sherman to first. And the second baseman, Micah Johnson, who had an RBI single in the 1st game, will come to the plate. So Micah Johnson will step in here for Fergus Falls. So nobody out and 2 runners on. Johnson at the plate here for the Otters. Squares the bunt. Tried to get the curveball down and missed it, so it's a strike. So it'll be 0-1. Good pitch there by Adam Kunza. So here is Micah Johnson at the plate. Pitch strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Otters with runners at first and second. Powers at first. And a pinch runner at first base for the Otters is Nolan Fellstuhl. There's a ground ball up the middle, fielded. Second to first, so we get a double play. And a nice play there by the shortstop, number 2, and that is Cameron Zimmerman. Stepped on second, and I guess he was safe at first. So that'll send Powers to third base, and Micah Johnson to first on a fielder's choice. Or do we have a double play? What do we have going on there? So Powers the first. Yeah, that was a double play. That's what I thought. It was a 6 unassisted, 6-3 double play. And here comes Brant Sherman, swing and a miss. So the Otters getting a couple guys on board here. And now with one runner at third and Brant Sherman up, looking to drive in another run. Drove in 3 in the first inning. 0-1 the count to Brant Sherman. That's low, outside. 1-1 the count. Again, Hunter Powers at third base. And here comes the delivery from Adam Kunza. Curveball. 1-2. Takes a little something off that bender. And it's been effective here. 1-2 now the count. Here to Brant Sherman. Otters lead it 3-0. Another curveball. Oh, look out. He's got that one going now. So the Otters with the in the inning, no runs. And they end up with 2 hits in the inning, no errors. And they leave 1 on base. So we head now to the top of the 4th inning. Otters continue to lead it by a score of 3-0. We'll come back after this break. Before we do that, I want to tell you about Minnesota Motor Company. They have trucks. Contact their sales team to get yours today. We'll be back with more. Get the Otters up 3-0.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Light powers your day, and with LEDs, every time you turn on a light, it's a chance to save. See how Otter Tail Power Company can help you save at otpco.com/LED.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
What's your number? I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food. Serving you best.
Back beautiful Friday night here. Last regular season game for the Otters. And head coach Shane Tilke talked about that in the pregame show, how he'd love to go into the playoffs here with a above 500 record. The Otters will find out their seeds here shortly and then get to work in the playoffs. And we're set to go here as Carson Hinch will step in. Here he struck out in the first inning. And there's a drive to left field. That's going to be over the head of Jacob Froning in left field. And that was a blast there by Hinch. That is a double. So a double, he'll go to second base, and Drake Coons will step in. Drake, the third baseman. That was a racket there by Carson Heinz. Braden Kwame on deck. So the Spuds have their leadoff batter aboard. Here's the pitch from Karsten Froning. Looks to second. Delivers in the dirt. And Heinz will go to third base, so he'll advance on the wild pitch. "3-0 Otters here. Again, we're in the top of the fourth inning. At the plate is Drake Kunza. The 1-0 pitch fouled back to the screen here. 1-1. So 1-1 here. Froning now will wind up with Heinz at third base. That pitch is fouled back. 1-2. Good time for that Karsten Froning curveball here. And Kunza, the cleanup hitter. This is Drake Kunza. Big kid. Big right-hander. Pitch by Froning. That's going to be high. 2-2. So 2-2 the count. And, batter calls time. And Carson pitching from the windup now with a runner on third base. Nobody out. Curveball, try to catch it outside corner. Nothing doing, 3-2. Now to Drake Coons. Struck out in the second inning. Standing 90 feet away is Carson Heinz. Here's Froning. Winds and delivers. He struck him out. And Brock Sherman wisely said, "I got it in my glove." Didn't have to throw it on to first or risk any type of error. So the sixth strikeout there for Carson Froning here now in the top of the fourth inning. So Braden Kwame will step in. He singled in the second inning. And again, the Spuds with a runner at third base. Carson Froning from the windup. Curveball in for a strike. Carson been effective with that curveball. Digs in his glove. He'll throw a fastball that's up the middle. Base hit, 3-1. So an RBI single there for Kwame. So an RBI single, that'll score Heinz from third base. And the score now is 3-1. That'll send up Ben Fredrickson, big right-handed batter. There's a fly ball to right field. And it drops into right field. Larson couldn't get to it, so a double. And it seems like Fredrickson was waiting for the runner in front of him, Kwame, so that'll move Kwame to third base. Fredrickson with a double. And the Spuds are threatening now here, and that'll bring up Carter Hutari, the catcher. So Hutari steps in. Here's Carson Froning's curveball in for a strike. Carson comes right back. Love his compete. He just gets right back on the mound. It was kind of a bleeder that just got down inside the line. There's a fall back. It hit the pole and bounced right back into play. See, if it hits a pole in the major leagues, there's a new ball. But if you're in high school, you keep that baby because there might be a little dash in it. I'm surprised the ump didn't ask for it. You know, it's crazy in Major League Baseball. It touches the dirt and they throw it away. There's a nice pitch that time. Brock Sherman held it there for a while, but it's a ball. So one out here. Otters need an out. They lead it 3-1 here. All 3 runs coming in the first inning. Karsten Froning. Wines delivers. There's a drive down the right field line. That's going to be foul. Count stays 1-2. So 1-2 the count. Here to the catcher, Carter Hutari. Hutari steps in, and we're set to go here. Karsten Froning gets the signal from Brock Sherman, delivers. There's a base hit into the right field. Larson is going to scoop it up. 2 runners are going to score. And the Spuds tie it up. We're tied up 3-3. So Kwame comes across to score. Frederickson scores. And Utari with a 2 RBI single. And head coach Shane Tilke making a mound visit here. And we're tied 3-3. So Shane Tilke talking it over, and as he does that, we'll remind you that Midwest Printing is your local partner for quality printing. Visit Midwest Printing in Fergus Falls. Another great sponsor is West Central Ag Air, your local Peterson Farms and LG seed supplier, and the right choice to defend your crops. West Central Ag Air. And looks like Logan Larson is going to come in to pitch for the Otters. Gets a different glove. Want to remind you in our post-game show, we'll name our Quality Player of the Game. And this game and the Quality Player of the Game t-shirts are brought to you by Lake Country Graphics. So we're going to have a pitching change. Larson's going to come in to pitch. And we'll take a break and come back with more. We're tied 3-3. Again, we're in the top of the 4th inning.
Otter Tail Minn-Dakota Coaches has been the trusted name in transportation for 50 years. Safety, service, and dependability are at the heart of every journey. From local routes to nationwide trips, rely on Otter Tail Coaches for a ride you can trust.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
We're proud to be a part of this community.
And proud to be your dealership.
Minnesota Motor.
Hi, I'm Jay, owner of Fergus Apothecary, downtown Fergus Falls. We like to talk to you out in the open, not through glass, not through a speaker. We treat you as a person, not as an insurance card. So we invite you to come downtown Fergus Falls and speak with us.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food.
For the Otters. And so Froning gives up 3 runs, 4 hits, and ended up with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts through 4 innings. So that just maybe Shane Tilke just decided to make the change here. I know he did, but in case they were kind of getting on to Karsten. So Logan Larson comes in to pitch here for the Otters. And let's see. Jacob Froning's in left. Who's in right, Chris? Is that Karsten, I think. Yeah, Karsten Froning is out in right field. Here we go. Here's the first pitch from Larson. In for a strike. Yep. Austin Schwantz, the batter. Again, we're in the top of the 4th inning, and we're tied now 3-3 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Larson, the 0-1 pitch here now to Schwantz. Wines delivers. Pass ball. And taking second base is the pinch runner for Hutari, and that is Jonah Haran. So the count 0-1 here to Austin Schwantz. 3-3 is our score. 2 RBIs by Hutari. Drove in a couple of runners there. There's a swing, a fly ball. Center field, Parker Tilke's under it. He makes the catch. Good, strong throw by Parker. Wow. That'll send a little message there. That was a strong throw. So 2 down now. Schwantz pops out to center field. And the pitcher, Adam Kunze, will step in. So Kunze will step in here for the Spuds here with 1 runner on second base. That's Haran running for Hutari. Pitch low outside, 1-0. So Adam Kunze, the pitcher, stepping in here now for the Moorhead Spuds. 1 runner on second base with the sliding mitts on, both hands. That pitch is going to get over catcher Brock Sherman. I always call them oven mitts. You could save about $40, right? If you just grabbed a couple oven mitts from the dollar store. We never had that stuff, but hey, you got to protect your hands. Whatever the deal is, it works. There's a strike by Larson. Needed that one. 2-1. So 2-1. And Otters need an out here now just to shut the Spuds down, who have answered with 3 runs here in the 4th inning. Batter Adam Kunze calls time. He'll step back in. Been a good afternoon or evening of baseball here. Here's Logan Larson's pitch. Ground ball. Weidrich's up with it. Good strong throw. Plants and makes a good throw. But in the inning, the Spuds score 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors on the Otters. And the Spuds strand 1 runner. Will head now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Tied up 3-3. You're listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Whether you're towing, hauling, or just enjoying the open road, we have a truck for you. Half, 3/4, and 1 ton. There's a truck for every job. Stop and visit or shop any of our stores at NelsonAutoCenter.com. Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls and Grand Forks.
I'm Tad Butke, your dedicated business sales consultant at Park Region. Whether you're looking to optimize your operations, scale your business, or find tailored solutions, I'm here to help you achieve your goals.
Reach out to Tad today at 218-998-2000 for Park Region to go beyond the connection.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Mark Johnson back with you. It's baseball season. Minnesota Twins playing the Royals. I think they're down 1-0 in that one. But, man, they've been hot lately. It's been really a lot of fun. I was really doubting the Twins as the season started out, but they've really came on here. Had a really good May. All right, here we go. 3-3 is our score. Bottom of the 4th inning. And Parker Tilke will step in here for the Otters. Parker, the center fielder. Where's number 11? Again, we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tilke rips one to left, and it's going to be caught by the left fielder, Carson Heinz. And so Parker pops out. And So John Dent's going to pinch hit here. Had an RBI single in the first game. So Dent's going to step in here against Adam Kunza, the pitcher for the Spuds. Pitch misses on the outside corner, 1-0. Again, Dent had an RBI single in that 4-3 loss to Moorhead in Game 1. Pitch on the outside, not even on the outside corner. It's a ball 2-0. Three is our score. Bottom of the fourth inning. Curveball high, 3-0. So Dent discipline at the plate here, looking for a pitch to hit here. And here comes the pitch. There's a strike. 3-1 the count. And Coons to the set. There's a pitch inside corner. Strike 3-2. I like when pitchers work fast like this. You know, when you're playing in the field like that too, get the sign, get ready to rock and roll. Pitch from Adam Kunza. Ground ball. Left side. Drake Coons up with it. On to first. And Brett Fredrickson with a nice stretch. So Dent grounds out 5-3. There's 2 down now for the Otters. And Jacob Frowning's going to come to the plate. So Jacob Frowning steps in here for Fergus Falls. Adam Kunza. First pitch is a strike. Looks like Adam Kunza is kind of settling in here. After that first inning, has only faced one extra batter thus far. 1-1 the pitch here to Jacob Frowning. That's fouled back. 0-2 the count. Lights are on. And getting ready for the sun to get a little bit lower here. Again, new lights put up here at Legion Field. There's a strike. Called strike 3. So 3 up and 3 down here for Moorhead as they shut down the Otters. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. And we're going to head to the top of the 5th inning. And again, it's a 3-3 game. We'll come back with more. You're listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977.
Olson Oil Cart Express of Fergus Falls is your one-stop shop. Propane tank refills? Check. Diesel for your trucks? Check. Gas, propane exchange, and bulk delivery? Check, check, and check. Olson Oil Cart Express, supporting Otter sports.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
We're proud to be a part of this community.
And proud to be your dealership.
Minnesota Motor.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Oakstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Oakstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
What's the record for the biggest walleye? What's the record for the largest goldfish? Wait, what? Never release aquatic animals or plants into our lakes and rivers. Help protect our waters and native species.
Again, as we're back here at Legion Field, looking forward to a good finish in this one. We're at the top of the 5th. And again, you know, you go so far. We've played... let's see, 11 innings. There's only been 1 error. You know, that's good baseball. Care what level you're at. And the Twins are on AM 1250 KBRF as they are taking on the Royals. Got to go to a Royals game down in Kansas City last year. It was a lot of fun. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law live down there. There's the first pitch there now to number 2, the shortstop, Connor Zimmerman. And it was a ball, so it's 1-0. And it was Pat Mahomes' bobblehead night. And we got bobbleheads. You had to be the first 10,000 there. 1-1 to count, swing and a miss. That was a lot of fun. And Connor Zimmerman goes for one in the dirt. 1-2. So we have 4 bobbleheads of Pat Mahomes. They're worth something, though. We went home and looked online, and they were already selling them. People were selling them. Crazy. Here's a called strike 3 and a strikeout there for Logan Larson. So Larson getting it done. He came on for Froning here in the 4th inning. First strikeout for Logan. Froning went 3 1/3. And the first pitch now to Rich for the Spuds is a ball, so 1-0 the count. Logan Larson trying to get that curveball in the inside corner. And it's a ball, so we're 2-0. Tay Rich playing center field and had a triple in game 1. Pitch by Larson, strike on the outside corner. 2-2. Logan Larson settling in here. He generates a lot of velocity for his size. There's a fly ball to right field. Carson Froning tried to dive after it, couldn't get it. He's going to send it toward third base. And a triple. Second triple of the day here for Rich. Gets a bat on it. It went down the line. Carson tried to dive, couldn't quite get it. And Heinz will step in here. Carson Heinz doubled in the 3rd inning, or the 4th inning, pardon me. So 3-3 is our score. That one just about went to the backstop there, but a good play by Brock Sherman. Number 3 hitter, Heinz up at the plate. Drake Kunza on deck, the number 4 hitter. Logan Larson on the mound. Rich at third base for Moorhead. There's the pitch. That's going to go out to right field. Froning's going to have to let it drop. He's going to try to make a play at the plate. Throws it. And we have an RBI single. And the Spuds go up now 4-3. So a single and an RBI for Carson Heinz. Drake Coons is going to step in. So Rich comes across to score. And so 1 run in the inning here so far on a pair of hits. Runners going, and the pitch is in the dirt. And with good speed, Carson Heinz takes second base. So 4-3 again. Now the Spuds with the lead here in the top half of the 5th inning. Drake Coons at the batter. Larson with the delivery. That's going to be high. 2-0. Ken Coons 2 strikeouts in this game. Third baseman here for Moorhead. There's a pitch outside. 3-0. So 4-3, Moorhead takes the lead here. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Game 2. Spuds won the first one, 4-3. Our score right now. There's a pitch in for a strike. Count goes to 3-1. Braden Kwame on deck here for the Spuds. Larson will step back for a second. Wants to talk to Brock Sherman just to double check a couple of things here. Again, a reminder, this game and the Quality Player of the Game t-shirts are brought to you by Lake Country Graphics. So I don't know if they're the runner on second, switching up their signs a little bit. Sometimes you do that, but Brock Sherman gets the call from the dugout. Here's Drake Kunza. He'll step in. Logan Larson delivers. And it's a strike, 3-2. So Larson battling back from 3-0. Get one out here for the Spuds here. Otters in the field here looking to slam the door here. With a runner on second base, Spuds threatening here once again. Larson to home plate, and that's going to be a ball outside. So runners on first and second now for Moorhead. And Braden Kwame will step in. Had a single in the second inning. Single in the third. Has one RBI in the game. Kwame, a left-handed batter. Logan Larson on the mound. Delivers. It's going to be popped up. Jacob Froning under it. Taps his glove and he drops it. The runner at third. Oh. Jacob Froning had it right there. And an error on Froning. And Kwame will reach the first base. And Heinz to third. And Kunza to second. And Fredrickson, looks like Shane Tilkey's going to make a visit to the mound here. With a 4-3 Spud lead. As Otters committed an error here, and Shane Tilkey is just going to talk to his boys here and just get everybody settled down here. So Carson Hintz at third, Drake Coons at second, and Kwame, who reached on an error there, is at first base. And there's one out. That was the strikeout to Cameron Zimmerman to start out the inning. So we'll see here as first baseman Ben Fredrickson is going to come to the plate. Umpire is going to come out and break up the conversation on the mound. Again, 4-3 the score here in favor of Moorhead now. And Fredrickson to the plate. He had a double in the fourth inning, struck out in the second. And the bases are loaded here for the Spuds with one out. See if they can come up with a double play here. Get it out, get a force at any base here. Logan Larson delivers. That's low in the dirt. Get a good job once again by Brock Sherman as he blocked that one on the way to the plate. 1-0 the count here now to Ben Fredrickson. Larson with a pitch. Ground ball to short. Wiedrich to second. Good play. It was a short hop. Just had to made the play he had to make. So Hinch comes in to score. Drake Coons goes to third, and Kwame's out on a fielder's choice. And Frederick reaches on a fielder's choice. And Hutari, the catcher, is going to step in. He singled in 2 RBIs in the fourth inning. And Hutari steps in here with 2 outs. Brock Sherman once again with a nice block. Runners at first and third. Drake Coons at third. Ben Fredrickson at first, who reached on that fielder's choice as Braden Cromwell was forced out at second. Weidrich made a nice play and got it over to Micah Johnson. It was a kind of a short hop play, so no chance for a double play. Hutari rips one to center. Parker Tilkey's going to have to go for a run. It's over his head. It's going to roll to the fence. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. And the Spuds now lead it 7-3. Hutari with a double. And 2 more RBIs. He has 4 RBIs in the game as he rips that one over center fielder Parker Tilkey's head. And number 10, the second baseman, Austin Schwantz, will come in at the bat. And so, what a hit by Hutari there. 7-3 now in favor of the Spuds. 2 outs, 1 runner on second. Ground ball, second baseman, Micah Johnson, up with it, on to first. And the Spuds in the inning, 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and they leave 2 on base. So we're going to head now to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Otters trail at 7-3. You're listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977.
Business systems can be frustrating. Don't take it out on the printer. Let Liberty Business Systems simplify the chaos. With automated printing services and flexible contracts, you'll never feel frustrated or stuck with your business systems. Liberty Business Systems.
Transparent, flexible, fearless.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Olson Oil Cart Express of Fergus Falls is your one-stop shop. Propane tank refills? Check. Diesel for your trucks? Check. Gas, propane exchange, and bulk delivery? Check, check, and check. Olson Oil Cart Express, supporting Otter sports.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
We're proud to be a part of this community.
And proud to be your dealership.
Minnesota Motor.
Here to Legion Field, Mark Johnson with you. The Otters lose game 1 of the doubleheader by a score of 4-3. It was 4-3 going into this, or 3-3 going into this inning, and now the Otters trail 7-3. So a big inning here for the Spuds. Bottom of the 5th inning, and here comes Logan Larson, the pitcher of the plate for Fergus Falls. First pitch is outside, 1-0 the count. Carson Froning on deck. And here is Logan Larson here for the Otters. Pitch on the outside corner, good for a strike, 1-1. So 1-1 the count here now to Larson, the senior pitching on this game. Played second in the first game, a little bit of right field as well. Ball 2-1. And Larson, left-handed batter. With a good eye at the plate. Takes a pitch for a strike. And Adam Kunza is kind of in his zone here now, right now with that curveball. Other than the first inning, that 3-run double by Brant Sherman, he's retired, I think, only 1 over the minimum. Curveball fouled back, 2-2. So 2-2 the count. And Carson Froning on deck, followed by Hunter Powers and Brock Sherman. Here's the pitch by Adam Kunza, and that's fouled back, 2-2. Good battle here by Logan Larson. Didn't hear any broken windshields that time. Or tinny sounds. I think there was one car that got dinged pretty good today. 2-2 pitch now to Logan Larson. Adam Kunza. Logan sits on that curveball and drives it for a base hit. So good job for Larson. Just sat on that curveball. Good piece of hitting there. And lined it into shallow right field. Here comes Carson Froning. Walked in the first inning. Carson playing right field here. He pitched, started out the game in this one. First pitch is high for a ball. 1-0. Hunter Powers is on deck. Otters can score runs too. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Curveball in for a strike. It's tough if that curveball is working like that. It's just got to kind of sit back and read the rotation and get a bat on it. So Carson Froning steps in here. Otters trail 7-3 now. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Logan Larson led off with a single. He's at first base. Otters down by 4 runs. Will take no chances on the base pads right now. Here comes the pitch from Adam Kunza. Ground ball, left side. Drake Kunza up with it. On to second base to get the force out at second. So Logan Larson, who singled, is out on a 5-4 putout. Carson Froning reaches on a fielder's choice. And Hunter Powers to the plate. He had a single in the third inning and scored a run, walked in the first inning. Powers, a big left-hand stick here, will step in. Adam Kunza will step back. Carson Froning will go back to towards the base now and get his lead. 7-3 Spuds with the lead. Otters need to get something going here. Pitch in for a strike. It's a nice pitch. 0-1 the count here now to the third baseman, Hunter Powers. Pitch swung on towards left field. And the Spuds make the play. So Powers pops out to the right fielder. With 2 outs now, Brock Sherman will step in. And Brock was hit by a pitch in the first inning, singled in the third inning. Scored a run in this game thus far. Done a good job behind the plate. Micah Johnson is on deck if Brock were to reach. Thrower to first. Carson Froning is back easily. And here is Adam Kunza, the pitcher. Winds, delivers. Pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. It starts now. A lot of traffic in the Lakes Country. Gonna be at your cabin, Dave Bishop? At the lake? There's the pitch into the dirt. Some nice weather, too, I think, this weekend, too. Hopefully the weather straightens out so the fishing just kind of equalizes here. Just need some constant weather. All right, here we go. Brock Sherman at the plate. Curveball just missed the outside corner, 2-1. Haven't heard of any great fishing reports. Have you guys, Chris or Dave? I guess Otter Tail's hot. Yeah, it's always hot. There's a pitch high, 3-1. So is No Name Lake. 3-1. Good count here now for Brock Sherman to see if he can get on board here. Otters need base runners here. Trailing at 7-3. Bottom of the 5th. Brock rips one to center. That's deep. And it's caught on the warning track. So Brock laid some composite to that one, but he pops out to center field. The Otters in the inning with no runs, and they have one hit, no errors for the Spuds. And the Otters strand one as we head now to the top of the 6th inning. Moorhead 7, Fergus Falls 3 of the Park Region telephone scoreboard. We'll take a break and come back with more here listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Otter Tail Minn-Dakota Coaches has been the trusted name in transportation for 50 years. Safety, service, and dependability are at the heart of every journey. From local routes to nationwide trips, rely on Otter Tail Coaches for a ride you can trust.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Scott DeBrito. I had the privilege of wearing the Otter uniform. Today, I have the privilege of representing FM Bank here in Fergus Falls. Show your Otter pride with our Otter debit card. Stop in and see us or visit our website at mybankfm.com.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
As Parker Tilke comes into pitch. And so the Otters now trail 7-3. So Parker is going to come in. And let's see. Isaiah Holmes is going to go to center field. Logan Larson goes to left. And so Parker Tilke into pitch here for the Otters here. And again, we are in the top of the 6th inning. So Larson threw 27 pitches, and Adam Coons is at 90. We'll see if Greg Salvold, head coach for Moorhead, if he makes a change or not. All right. So the pitcher, Adam Coons, is going to step in here for the Spuds. So Coons steps in here, top of the 6th. Spuds lead it by a score of 6-3, or 7-3, pardon me. Parker Tilke on the mound. Pitches inside. 1-0. Parker wears number 11. Winds and delivers. That's inside. So 2 successive pitches right in on the chin there. Again, the Otters got 3 in the first inning. And the Spuds added 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th. So 3-0 the count here now. 3-0, Parker Tilke on the mound. Pitch high. And he walks Adam Kunza. And the shortstop, Cameron Zimmerman, will step in. He struck out 2 times. We got a pinch runner now for the pitcher. And pinch runner is going to be number 3, Owen John. Connor Zimmerman will step in here now. He's the number 9 hitter, plays shortstop. Parker Tilke on the mound. And there's a sacrifice bunt. And that's going to go foul. And there's 1 strike. So 1 strike here. Again, Carson Froning started the game. Logan Larson came on in relief. Runners going. Bunt executed. Picked up by Hunter Powers, and he makes the play, or Carson Froning makes the play. Good play there by Carson. And Nolan Fellstuhl playing right field here now for the Otters as well. And so Carson Froning on a 5-3 put out. 1 out here now. And Rich steps in. He's had himself a good afternoon. He had a triple in the first game, triple in the second game. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. Parker Tilke's going to throw it towards second. Spun with the pickoff and just threw it to Micah Johnson, who wasn't close to the base, but once he made the motion there, wanted to go that direction. Pitch high. 2-0 to Rich. He's looking for a pitch to hit here. 7-3 Spuds with the lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Tilke on the mound. He'll step off. Brant Sherman catching now here for Fergus Falls. And another substitution here for the... Just try to see, who's at first base here? Is that, Hunter's over there at first. Some changes here for the Otters. Ground ball to the shortstop. Weidrich up with it, makes the play. Good play by Cam. And that sends Rich down. So we have 2 outs now here. Carson Heinz will come to the plate. Scored 2 runs. He's got a double. Struck out in the game. He had an RBI double in the 5th inning. 7-3 is the score. Again, we are in the top of the 6th inning. Tilke pitched there. He offered, so there's a strike, 0-1. So 0-1 the count here. Carson Heinz. As Fergus Falls again trails 7-3. Drive towards center field. Isaiah Holmes. That's hit over his head to the fence. Heinz has got wheels. He's going to stand up at second base with a stand-up double. Boy, has he ever hit the ball here this evening, pardon me. 8-3 is the score as as Adam Kunza hit a pinch runner but came in to score, but another RBI for Heinz. So he doubles. And at the plate is Drake Kunza, the third baseman. Falls the first pitch off. And it's 8-3 now. And Otters right now find themselves trailing this one by 5. Fly ball to right field. Nolan Fellstuhl makes the catch. And that retires Drake Kunza. But not before some damage is done. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. No errors. And the Spuds leave 1 runner aboard. And after 5.5 innings, it is Moorhead 8 and Fergus Falls 3.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food.
Light powers your day, and with LEDs, every time you turn on a light, it's a chance to save. See how Otter Tail Power Company can help you save at otpco.com/LED.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you
where to eat.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
We're proud to be a part of this community.
And proud to be your dealership.
Minnesota Motor.
Thanks for tuning in. Streaming on the Fergus Now app and also on Channel 977. As Micah Johnson steps to the plate for Fergus Falls, Otters trail it now by a score of 8-3. Spuds with 3 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. And Micah Johnson, the second baseman, steps in. First pitch is high. New pitcher here. It's Heinz coming in again. So a pitching change here. So Adam Coons goes 5 innings. Pitch in for a strike. So Heinz came in and pitched the end of the first game as well. There's a ground ball to short. Zimmerman up with it. Makes the throw, and the ball is in the dirt, and unable to hang on to it there is Fredrickson. And I'm sure that'll probably be an infield single. I wonder about that, but it seemed like would have had to been a bang-bang play. We'll see what the official score has it on here in a minute. They give an error? Okay. Okay, so Micah Johnson reaches on an error on an E6. And Brant Sherman steps in. First pitch in for a strike. Batter is Brant Sherman. There's the pitch. Ball on the outside of the plate. 1-1 the count now to Brant Sherman. He had that double that knocked in the only 3 runs the Otters have come up with in this game. That was all in the first inning. 2-1 the count here to Sherman. Micah Johnson on first base. Carson Heinz, the pitcher. That's going to be fouled back and out of play. The count goes to 2-2. Nobody out here for the Otters. If they're going to make a move, they got to do it now. Here we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, Brant Sherman at the plate for Fergus Falls. In the dirt it goes. Micah Johnson will move down to second base. The count goes to 3-2. So 3-2 the count. Nobody out. One runner on second now is Micah Johnson. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back up and out of play. So Heinz now the pitcher again for the Spuds, as Adam Coons goes 5 innings. Gives up 3 runs, 4 hits. Ball tipped back to the fence, so good defensive swing there by Brant. Just trying to get rid of that one and stay alive at the plate here. So to the plate goes Brant Sherman here once again. There's the pitch. Drilled into left field, but it's going to be foul. So Brant's really seeing that ball here well tonight. And the ump is out of baseballs. Again, the Otters lose the first game by a score of 4-3. Came back and had runners on first and third, I believe, with 2 outs late in the inning and couldn't get another run across. So Brant Sherman with a battle here with Carson Heinz. Runner on second is Micah Johnson. And here is the pitch. That's going to be fouled up and out of play. Pretty much a lot of fastballs here. Carson Heinz, the pitcher, he's played left field here and come into pitch. There's a curveball up high and a good at bat for Sherman. So the Otters now with runners on first and second. And it looks like Brody Crine is coming into bat. So Brody Crine will come into bat here for Fergus Falls. Batting here for Parker Tilke. And I think he was playing over in the JV game here just a bit ago. So Crine will step in here for the Otters. 8-3 is the score here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Otters with runners at first and second. First pitch is high. 1-0. So 1-0 the count here now to Brody Crine. Pitch inside. 1-1. Crine, a sophomore. Comes the 1-1 pitch. Here's a base hit into left field. And a wild throw there. On the throw, I think we would have sent someone there, but so Brody Crine steps in and gets a single. Pinch hitting for Parker Tilke. So the Otters with runners at first, second, and third. Cam Wiedrich will step in for Fergus Falls. Shortstop for the Otters. So the Otters now with bases loaded here with nobody out. And Wiedrich to the plate. And Parker Tilke is going to come and run for Crine. So Parker was pitching, so he'll come back in. So Parker Tilke on the first base, Brody Crine with a single to left field. Bases are loaded. Here's Cam Wiedrich. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high. So if the Otters show some patience here, let's see if the Spuds continue on here with Heinz. I'm sure they will here with an 8-3 lead. Wines, delivers, and there's a strike. No surprise here. Pretty much just all fastballs. Otters with the bases loaded here, trailing 8-3. Bottom of the sixth. There's a foul ball down the left field line. Wiedrich got some good lumber on that one. Isaiah Holmes is on deck here for Fergus Falls. Otters scored 3 runs in the first inning, and it's been zeros on the board for the Otters here until the bases are loaded here. See if we can get something across here. Spuds scored 3 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. Cam Wiedrich, the batter, steps in, right-handed batter. Pitch low. 2-1. So 2-1 the count here to Wiedrich. Doing a good job working the count here. Here's the pitch. 3-1. So 3-1 the count here to Cam Weidrich. Or 3-2, pardon me. Is it? Yeah. There's the pitch. Good job. Is fouled out of play. That was on the outside corner. Weidrich just got rid of that one. Parker Tilke on first. Bennett Tilke running. He's on second base. Younger brother. Ground ball to short. On to second. Otters are going to score a run here. Out at second, though, is Parker Tilke. And Weidrich reaches on a fielder's choice. The Otters do score a run, though. Micah. Yeah, was it Micah Johnson came in to score? Bennett Tilke goes to third. So 1 run in the inning. It's 8-4 here now with 1 out. Otters with runners on first and third. Pitch to Isaiah Holmes, in for a strike, 0-1. So 0-1 the count here to Isaiah Holmes. Pitch from Heinz. That's going to be outside, 1-1. Then tune into Craig Olson tomorrow morning, get all the updates. Or not tomorrow. He'll be on Monday. Tuesday, Memorial Day. There's a strike, kind of an off-speed curveball. But COsports.com will have all the results as well. 8-4 right now. Otters threatening bottom of the 6th inning. There's a pitch swung on and missed by Holmes. Heinz struck him out. 2 outs now. And Logan Larson will come to the plate. Logan is a strikeout and a single and grounded out to the second baseman in the first inning. Last at-bat, Logan had a nice single over the second baseman's head. 2 outs here now for Fergus Falls. Runners at first and third. Bennett Tilke on third. And Weidrich at first. First pitch from Heinz in for a strike. 8-4 is our score. Again, we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Otters lost the first one 4-3. Here's a pitch from Heinz. Larson fouled that one back. Count goes to 0-2. So 0-2 the count here now to Logan Larson. Here comes the pitch from Carson Heinz. That's going to be high. Count goes 1-2. In the Otters, looking at maybe a 4 seed in Section 8-3A. Alex probably the 1 seed. There's a pitch swung on and missed. He struck him out. So Larson goes down, swinging. But the Otters do get 1 run on 1 hit. And there was 1 error in the inning, and the Otters leave 2 on base. So we head now to the top of the 7th inning. And the score on the Park Region telephone scoreboard reads Moorhead 8, Fergus Falls 4. Park Region service beyond the connection.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food. Serving you best.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls and Grand Forks is your shopping stop for America's 3 favorite truck brands, Ford, Ram, and GMC. Whether you're towing, hauling, or just enjoying the open road, we have a truck for you. Half, 3/4, and 1 ton, there's a truck for every job. Stop and visit or shop any of our stores at NelsonAutoCenter.com. Nelson Auto Center, Fergus Falls and Grand Forks.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Welcome back to Legion Field. Dave Bishop is our game side engineer extraordinaire. And I always like working with Dave and all the guys and gals. But the Otters got their work cut out for them here, but the top of the 7th here now, we got to shut Moorhead down and get to bat. Now we got some changes defensively. It looks like Holden Stenstrom is at first base, and Hunter Powers comes into pitch. Again, Nolan Fellstuhl is in right field. And Logan Larson out in left. And Holmes is in center. That's the way we were last inning. All right, here we go. So Hunter Powers on the mound here for Fergus Falls. Otters trail it here by a score of 8-4. And it's like a pinch hitter as well here for the Spuds. Jonah Horan is stepping in here. So Horan must be batting for Kwame. We shall see here. Swing and a miss. So Horan steps in here in the top of the 7th. Powers 1-1. First pitch was a swinging strike, so we're at 1-1 now. That was ball outside. There's a ground ball to Stenstrom. Stenstrom up with it. Oh, he tried to get it to Powers. And just missed communication there on the toss over to first. So Horan reaches on a error. So he goes down to first base. And the first baseman, Ben Fredrickson, steps up to the plate. Spuds with a runner on first base here. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 7th inning. 8-4. Spuds with the leader on the Park Region scoreboard. And Hunter Powers on the mound for the Otters. Carson Franny started the game. Logan Larson came in. Then Parker Tilke. And now Powers. Powers comes to the set. Pitch outside, 1-0. You know, the Otters were inside all of the week pretty much until yesterday due to all the rain and field conditions. So the Otters getting some work in here for the pitchers. Powers, wild pitch there. And down to second base goes Horan. So the count goes to 2-0. So 2-0. Hunter Powers on the mound. Ben Fredrickson up to bat here for the Spuds. There's a curveball in for a strike. 3-1. A little more of that tie bending curveball there. Seeing different pitches from these different pitchers. Fredrickson to the set. Pitch. Fly ball, right field. Nolan Fellstuhl is under it. Nolan makes the play. Comes up, hits the cutoff, Micah Johnson. Haran will advance to third base. And Fredrickson is retired. And the catcher, Carter Hutari, will come up. He's had a big afternoon. A double. A couple of doubles, 4 RBIs in this one. Really hitting the ball here. Powers delivers. That's in for a strike. 0-1. Spuds with a runner on third here with 1 out. Again, we're in the top of the 7th inning. And here's Powers here for Fergus Falls. Good block that time by Brant Sherman. That ball's in the dirt. So 1-1 the count. And the Otters scored 3 in the first inning and 1 in the 6th here. Spuds 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Here's Hunter Powers. He'll deliver. Curveball misses outside. The count goes to 2-1. So the count 2-1 here. As Hunter Powers now on the mound here for Fergus Falls with 1 out. Curveball, that's fouled back. 2-2. New ball from the umpire. Shane Tilke will throw that one in the dugout. Again, the Otters lost the first game 4-3. Tight one here until the 5th inning. Spuds kind of broke it open a little bit, but there's still some baseball yet to be played. That pitch is fouled out of play. Atari really battling at the plate here. He's had a 4 RBI game thus far. A couple of doubles. There's the pitch. And a curveball. And he knew it. Strike 3. Got him looking. So a nice pitch there by Hunter Powers. Now I'll bring up the second baseman, Austin Schwantz. Schwantz steps in. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Curveball high. Try to nip that outside corner. Really cools down, doesn't it? You know, in May, it's like, I'm okay. I like it, though. I'd rather put on a sweatshirt than be sweating to death. Here's Powers on the 1-0 pitch. That's outside, 2-0. I think the Spuds will have an on-deck batter coming up if Schwantz reaches, and the count goes to 3-0. So 3-0 the count. And Powers right down the middle there, 3-1. And the on-deck batter, I don't have a number on the roster here for him. Must be coming over from the JV game. Number 18, you got him on there, Chris? Hate that when they do that to the announcers, right? There's a fly ball to the left field. Logan Larson under it, makes the play. So 3 outs. But in the inning, yeah, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We're going to head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Otters need 4 here to keep this one going. 8-4, Moorhead with the lead. We'll come back with more listening to Otter Baseball on Channel.
Light powers your day, and with LEDs, every time you turn on a light, it's a chance to save. See how Otter Tail Power Company can help you save at otpco.com/LED.
What's the record for the biggest walleye? What's the record for the largest goldfish? Wait, what? Never release aquatic animals or plants into our lakes and rivers. Help protect our waters and native species.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Welcome to Minnesota Motor Company.
We're proud to be a part of this community.
And proud to be your dealership.
Minnesota Motor.
Olson Oil Cart Express of Fergus Falls is your one-stop shop. Propane tank refills? Check. Diesel for your trucks? Check. Gas, propane exchange, and bulk delivery? Check, check, and check. Olson Oil Cart Express, supporting Otter sports. The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Welcome everybody streaming here on Fergus Now app. Karsten Froning will step in for the Otters. The first pitch is inside, 1-0. So Karsten steps in here. Last at-bat reached on a fielder's choice. Walked in the first inning, scored 1 run. There's a pitch in for a strike. It's 1-1. Or 0-2, pardon me. So 0-2 the count here to Carson. Froning at the plate. That's going to be fouled back. Count remains 0-2. Hunter Powers is on deck here for the Otters. Been a beautiful night for some spring baseball here. Here's a pitch on the outside corner. It's a ball as Hines tried to get to Carson a nibble at that one. That's a good pitch there, though. You throw it just outside the zone, see if you can get someone reaching. But good discipline there by Froning. 1-2 the count here to Karsten Froning. There's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back once again. Into the screen. And the count remains 1-2. 9 hits in the ballgame for the Spuds, 6 for the Otters. 8-4 Spuds with the lead here, bottom of the 7th. There's a pitch up high. And a check swing, and he didn't go. They checked with the base umpire. 2-2. See if the Otters get the first runner on here. Ground ball left side, Froning with good speed. Zimmerman up with it, and an infield single there for Froning. It's going to take a pretty amazing play to throw out Carson with good wheels getting down the line. And Hunter Powers will come to the plate. Powers will step in here for Fergus Falls. Carson Froning at first base. And Brock Sherman on deck here for Fergus Falls. Throw to first. At 8-4, I wouldn't be so worried about him because the Otters are not going to take any chances when you need 4 runs to stay in the game here. Here's a pitch by Heinz. That's going to be high. 1-0. Powers scored a run in the first inning. He walked and got on. Then he singled, popped out to left field in the 5th. Here's the pitch from Heinz. Right down the pipe for a strike. It's 1-1. So 1-1 the count here now to Hunter Powers. Here's the pitch. Inside in the dirt. Carson Froning's going to take off and go. Ball's going to be thrown into the outfield. And Froning, good call there. Now he's going to take off. Oh, he hesitated. Yep, he went. They didn't go, and then he went, and he's thrown out at third base. Trying to take an extra base. Good throw by Rich, the center fielder. He threw a bullet there to Drake Kunza. And there's one out. Hunter Powers will stay at the plate. And the count is 2-1. So a base running error there. Karsten decided to go, then he decided not to go. Powers hits one out to the left field. And that's going to be caught. There's 2 down. The Otters are down to their last out here. As Brock Sherman will come to the plate. So Sherman's going to step in. Hit by a pitch, singled. And then they got out in the 5th inning. Well, Brock Sherman steps in here for Fergus Falls with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th. There's the pitch. That's going to be high, 1-0. Again, the Spuds had a big 4th and 5th inning where they put up 7 runs in those 2 innings. Been the difference here in the game. 2-0. Pitch is high to Brock Sherman. So Sherman's going to step back in here now and settled in here on the plate. Big right-handed batter. Pitch for a strike. 2-1. So 2-1 the count here now to Brock Sherman. Heinz the pitcher here. 2-1. Pitch in the dirt. 3-1. Micah Johnson is on deck here for Fergus Falls. And here comes the 3-1 pitch now to Brock Sherman. Takes a big cut at that one. Foul ball. It's going to go out of play, and the count goes to 3-2. Again, we are on the bottom of the 7th inning. Otters trail 7-4. There's 2 outs, nobody on. Brock Sherman at the plate. Spuds looking to sweep the Otters here. The Otters lost the first one 4-3. Heinz with the pitch. Strike, got him looking. And that'll do it in the inning for the Otters. 1 hit, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base as the Spuds win it by a score of 8-4. And the Otters finish the season 9-10, the regular season, by the way. And the Spuds go to 10-9. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with our Olson Oil Card Express post-game show. We'll have that for you after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Scott DeBrito. I had the privilege of wearing the Otter uniform. Today, I have the privilege of representing FM Bank here in Fergus Falls. Show your Otter pride with our Otter debit card. Stop in and see us or visit our website at mybankfm.com.
What's your number?
I drove 113 miles.
And I drove 124 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Business systems can be frustrating. Don't take it out on the printer. Let Liberty Business Systems simplify the chaos. With automated printing services and flexible contracts, you'll never feel frustrated or stuck with your business systems. Liberty Business Systems.
Transparent, flexible, fearless.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Oakstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Oakstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. From Friday night lights to buzzer-beating shots, these students inspire us all. Just like them, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community, one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Jay, owner of Fergus Apothecary, downtown Fergus Falls. We like to talk to you out in the open, not through glass, not through a speaker. We treat you as a person, not as an insurance card. So we invite you to come downtown Fergus Falls and speak with us.
Spuds really came on in that, the inning. That was the 4th inning, 3 runs, 4 in the 5th. And so, it was a pretty good effort here. But let's take a look at some of the statistics in the game here, as far as both teams go. But it was... Second, I had to get my flashlight on. It gets a little dark in here. But the Otter pitchers, Carson Froning went 4 innings, and then then Logan Larson came on for an inning, Parker Tilke for an inning, and then also closing out the game was Hunter Powers. But the Otters do give up 8 runs, 9 hits. The Otters committed 2 errors in the game, and for Moorhead, they did strand 6 runners in the game. Carson Froning had 6 strikeouts to lead the pitching crew here. He had 2 strikeouts at the end of the first game, and ended up with 7 in the 2 games. And offensively for Fergus Falls, the highlight was the Brant Sherman double in the first inning, scoring Carson Froning, Hunter Powers, and Brant Sherman. There were the 3 runs that got the Otters on the board. And then the Otters ended up scoring 1 more in the 6th inning as Micah Johnson came across. And they were kind of threatening with runners on base and ended up going into a double play, I think. But they battled hard here in this one against a good Moorhead team. But now the new season begins, so to speak, as the Otters look forward to the 8-3A playoffs. Stay tuned to Craig Olson as far as the seating goes on our Layton stations and also on the CraigOlsonSports.com. He'll have all those different things. It's now time to name our Quality Toyota Quality Player of the Game, which is brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics as our Otter Tail Power or our Olson Oil Card Express post-game show continues. And it is going to be junior catcher and also DH in the first game, Brant Sherman. He had the 3 RBIs in the game on that deep double to right center field. And that was the highlight, really, of the game offensively for Fergus Falls. Lake Country Graphics is your apparel source for personalized printed or embroidered clothing and accessories. Go to yourapparelsource.com/Lake Country Graphics. And a reminder, this game and the Quality Player of the Game t-shirts are brought to you by Lake Country Graphics in Fergus Falls, 998-4027. That'll do it for me here, Mark Johnson. The Otters lose the first game 4-3, the second game by a score of 8-4. And a big thanks to Dave Bishop, studio engineer. Dave, you should be on camera, too. Why do they want to look at me at this time of the game? But Dave does a great job. You got to get in here. So he's I know he's a Packer fan, but you just gotta give it to him. And ready to go to eat. That's a popular show too. Are you guys doing that now in the summer? Or is it just yeah? I should appear as a guest just to get some food, get some free food. So. All right, thanks, David. And thanks to all our sponsors here. Stay tuned for our upcoming schedule. And again, good night, everyone.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRFradio.com video streaming production. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company and your Otter Tail Power Company pregame show. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeouts. Oxted Plumbing and Heating with your game time and temperature. Viking Cafe and Fergus Falls Apothecary with your keys to the game. Olson Oil Card Express and your Olson Oil Card Express postgame show. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota Player of the Game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Otter Tail County AIS Task Force. Liberty Business Systems. Service Food of Fergus Falls. Fergus Falls Monument. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated.